Hello everyone, Warangel here and welcome back to the Wales campaign from Medieval 2 Total War. In the previous episode we had a very closely fought battle down in Cork when the Irish came to attack the settlement after I recently captured it. We didn't have much of a garrison. The garrison we did have had a lot of casualties beforehand, so it was a very close battle. It was very tense. But eventually, thanks to the determination of my men and the revolt that I was using to shoot down the high street at the end, driving away the enemy forces, we managed to get enough of them to retreat in order for us to win the battle, which was a big achievement. I'm very glad to have kept the settlement, especially as, if you look down here at Cork itself, you can see we get a lot of trade coming in from the nearby areas, so having all this money coming in would have been a very nice bonus. Well, it's a very nice bonus, and if we lost it, that would have been a problem. So now we need to actually spend our time in order to repair the buildings, which I think we need to do. To be honest though, from what I remember, the enemy didn't damage a lot of it. I did, thanks to my artillery, so it's only fair that I repair it afterwards. Can we retrain anything? We can retrain the artillery pieces. That would do. I mean, can we... 2 more turns I think before we can actually retrain the spearmen. Okay. Now the problem is we can't actually retrain anyone else, so if the Irish come to attack us again next turn, which they could do because they do have a general here with, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, well, him and 8 other units, it could be a problem, but we do have reinforcements on the way somewhere here. We've got Admiral Riddick.
Ships ready!
As you can see, it seems like he's being chased by the Irish boats nearby, but we can actually bring him down here. He should hopefully be able to outmaneuver the enemy, or at least get away from them so we can bring the army. Because as you can see here, we've got a pretty decent army being dropped off at the coastline to reinforce the garrison at Cork. So that's that bit done. What else is there to do left in Ireland? I think I would like to sort this out. We've got Trim at the moment, thanks to me moving the king up here, King David's force. It's pretty lightly defended, and we do have a full stack here at Downpatrick, as well as whatever's in the Fog of War to keep an eye out on. So what I'm thinking is this: if I pop on here, oh, we've got agents. I've got a Princess Proust nearby. Interesting. Okay, you can't do anything
Sire.
with him. Pound no potential suitors in the army.
I am ready to approach.
Okay. What about here? No unmarried generals
to win over
within range.
hearts or heads.
No. Just interested to see what I could find. Okay. Anyway. Just basically curious. So if we pop on here, did I have... Yes, we've got a few militia troops basically being recruited right now. So we can ask these guys to stay behind and keep the settlement under control. We can move these guys up to Trim.
Honor, sire.
There we go. Dulin, you're actually not happy now, but if we boost this down, you should be fine. There we go. I'm going to hire another unit of archers as well, just to help things out a little bit. But there we go, that's Dulin pretty much still control, and we've now got a force at Trim. Now I would like to try and get some replenishment done, but I don't think we can, to be honest. Retrain. Ah! I can actually retrain a lot of people apparently, including these guys, which doesn't make sense, because in order to be able to recruit these guys, we can't actually recruit them. If you remember in Medieval 2, you need to, for Britannia at least, you need to have a certain level of your culture present before you can actually recruit your more unique troops, I suppose, your better troops. So for example, I can't do safe win until I think it was about 80%, so I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, 64%. Why? Is there something to do with buildings, maybe? Do I have an armor or something here? Yeah, I do, actually, right here. Okay, so it means I can actually retrain them to have armor, basically. I will do so for the spearmen, because those would be quite useful to have, and the infantry. I will let you guys as well, but it's going to be pretty... It's not a high priority for me. So, we can do that. We can't recruit any more units, can we not? Actually, let's do that. Let's have you guys come here. And there we go, we can have... So we'll have a few more extra units to help things out there. We've got David, the Merciless... Okay, you're marching... Ah, it's because of the tiny little force here that we have to go the long way round. Now, let me see.
Sire.
What do you guys have? It's a very light army there. What's going on up here, I wonder? Because if you remember, both citadels were very lightly defended. So if we pop up and see... Yes, you are too. And to be fair, you do have a few more buildings, but the problem is... Well, it's two things. One, if we attack up here, it's going to have whatever's in this fort we're going to have to deal with. Secondly, it's just the idea of attacking a citadel. Now, we managed to get a bit lucky, if I remember correctly, here at Trim. I think I auto-resolved that because of how easy it was. But let's go after you.
Slaughter them, my lord.
But the thing is... Actually, let's stop a second.
Okay. They'll wish they'd never been born, sire.
These guys are tough. They got a lot of armor. They got shields. They're very hard to shoot at. And we've got swordsmen as well, which won't be too bad. I don't want these to run off. I'd rather kill them all if I can. I'd rather than have them run off to defend, well, join up with the garrison at that citadel. So yeah, let's just fight.
There'll be no escaping us now. Attack!
But yeah, one of the slight problems fighting a citadel is because it's one of the highest tier castle sort of settlements you can get. Understandably, it's going to be tough to attack. It normally has like 3 tiers you're going to have to fight through. You've got like the outer wall, a middle wall, and an inner wall where the courtyard is, and you have to slog your way through the entire castle in order to get to that last bit. Especially if the AI decides to deploy in the center. And it's just very frustrating to deal with, but if I have to do it, I'm going to have to do it. Anyway, this should be a pretty easy battle. We'll do this nice and quick. Spearmen, you're going to be on the front line like so. We'll have Gwent Raiders on the flankmen ready to outflank the enemies. Right, Velwyn, Billman, and apparently we've got Gallaglatch. Cool. You guys can form up behind here, ready to charge forward. See, Taylor, we'll have you guys on one flank up here, just because you will equal Daviv's force. You can form up here. And just to help out, we're going to put the bombards up here as well. You guys can shoot away. And archers, you can stay where you are and basically just shoot the enemy. They don't have any cavalry, so I'm not going to worry about stakes. What we will do though, let's see. Let's have these guys charge forward, and we're going to have them try and shoot as much as the swordsmen as possible. If I can kill a few of them off before they even get into melee, then so be it. And these guys are vulnerable to missile fire compared to the other units of infantry, which, as you can see here, you can't blame them. These are very heavily armoured troops. You can see they're pretty much in full plate armour. They've got shields, they've got swords, they've got... I think they had 2 hit points each. So they're impossible really for you to shoot with arrow fire. So the plan would be just to let them engage my line, outflank them, and try and drive them away with morale penalties more than anything else. Right, artillery is shooting down. They're getting closer to the spear line, so we're going to have to get ready to pull back. You guys, let's turn you off fire at will and actually stop. Okay. You guys start pulling back now. Run. Thanks to that delay, it takes ages sometimes. Okay, General, you can come out onto this flank. Horsemen, you can come over to here. Right. You guys can come here, you guys can come here. You guys just have everyone charge forward basically in order to pin the enemy down. Like so. Right. Okay, you guys can come after these. You guys can come down here and attack these. General, we'll have you come down here and attack from this side. Taylor, let's have you just charge straight down against them. We're starting to waver them all out. There we go.
General has no honor.
He's starting to flee already. Perfect.
Pursue and run them down.
Right, archers, stop firing. We don't want you doing any friendly fire to my troops. You guys can come after this unit. Okay, we need these guys to be able to pull back. The thing is, if you fight them fighting to the death like this, is that they will only fight to the death if they can't retreat. So if you can get these guys to actually retreat from, or pull back, so they have a chance to escape like this, all of a sudden they will run away. It says quite ideal because it's going to be quite easy to swarm the enemy, but if that happens they will just stand there and you will have to kill them all off one by one. Whereas at least this way it's a bit more easier to deal with. Okay, let's see, anyone else we need to go after? General, you're finishing off this unit over here. We've now killed the enemy general. It's just the units over here, isn't it? Yes. Let's have you guys come over after this one. And was there another one to fight? Is there and I'm just blind? No, they're here. Okay, you guys can come after these. Might be a bit silly, me chasing after just a couple of units. But if we can kill them off, then we don't have to deal with them at a later date. So you guys come down here and finish these. General can come in and do the job. There we go, Taylor.
This
That's
is a
everyone
clear
done.
victory that
Nice and
goes
easy,
to only
38
men of great
casualties.
virtue and valor.
But it means now hopefully we'll be able to go after that citadel without any more reinforcements. Just whatever they can produce between now and then.
Don't do it, my lord. You're
Ooh.
better than this.
That extra 3,000 is so tempting. Nope, we're executing. He's known as King David the Merciless for a very, very good reason.
Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire.
Okay, let's see.
Yes.
You guys... Yeah, let's have you come
Move!
down here. Can we actually have you guys hide in the trees or something?
As you command.
Because we can't attack them straight away, so I'm just wondering if we can actually hide them so we can not
Move!
have to worry. Apparently not. Oh well. It's annoying when your
We
king
shall
isn't willing to
slaughter
hide.
them, my lord.
It means then we're going to have to
I've tried
fight whatever
whipping
troops
them,
they can
sire.
get next
The
turn.
men are spent.
Okay. Anything else now? That's all I've done over here in Ireland. What about over here? Let's see, nothing's going on around here in all honesty. Ah, we had troops in Nottingham, didn't we? Yes. So these guys... oh, we've got a few more coming in, haven't we? Right. Okay, let's have a quick look. Who do we have? Vortipor Maywick. He's 59, but an okay commander. Wadri the Cuckoid. He's not really that good at all. Wadri, who's a bit younger. He's a good manager. And Iago Mayrig, who's actually a decent general compared to the rest of them. Okay. Don't really want to use the two Wadris, but anyone else we can try and use. Did I not... Yeah, you apparently are very good
Command me,
governor.
sire.
Is there anywhere we can send you to try and make some money for me? Let's have you go towards Norwich.
We go no further today.
Let's see. Wadri, you can
Yes.
just go and sign up in Nottingham.
My lord.
That allows you guys to come down here. Now what do I want from this army before we head off? We got Morganic Spearmen, we got Mayoral Spearmen, we got
My lord.
Archers, Gwent Raiders, Vawen, Mailed Knights. I'm thinking, you know, Mail Knights, and maybe a catapult, not a catapult, I mean a... So the bolts turned out to be quite useful in that siege defense. I think it just means, in order to use it more effectively, it might be a good idea to make it so you put it on the flank of your army, so it can shoot across the enemy's force, rather than try and shoot over the troops, where it doesn't seem to be as good. But yeah, we'll take one of each of these. Yeah, let's do that. Although... No, can I? Let's have a look.
An order. Yes.
It's been a little while now. We should be able to hire, if we can. Yes, we can get Sherwood Archers. Now these guys, as you can tell, are obviously inspired by Robin Hood and his merry, merry men. But, you look at their stats, especially things like missile attack, that's 13. Missile attack, 13. To give you a comparison, my longbowmen, my best missile range troop, if I pop on here, is 6. So these Sherwood Archers are going to be a lot more effective than what I could hire. In fact, what I will do next turn, I'm going to hire some of them. And in order to do that, I'm going to reduce the garrison, this army a bit. So let's disband you. Silver, that's 5. This is bronze, that's 3. You can go as well. So yeah, 2 units of archers. We'll have 1 unit of knights then. We'll need to get that recruited. And then the 2 artillery pieces here. We'll drop 1. So that'd be another slot. Yeah, we might have to drop another unit somewhere. Might drop one of the units of Velvin. We'll see. Okay, so that's that bit sorted. We only got 300 left. We got the army here at Carnarvon. We're going to have to build it up again after we sent most of it over to help in Cork. And we had it down here, didn't we? You guys were coming over here to help Nelly of Canonogval.
Command me, sire.
But we did have, yes, we've got rebellion going on right now in Kai Gwent, which is not good. Not good at all. Okay, we've got a full stack, so we can't just ask you to pop in. Okay, let's do this. You can head off to this fort and you can stay there. You can march back here. We'll put taxes down a little bit just to help out. We can't retrain anyone. Yeah, we can't afford to retrain this unit of crossbowmen. Okay. Right, you are training some men already. That's fine. Okay. We'll end the turn here, I think. That would be best. Oh yeah, before I forget actually. As you know, I've been trying to rename the cities and that on the map when I conquer them to make them more Welsh. So, for those of you that are interested, Cork is now had its name changed. It is now known as Cork. Yeah, as you can see, the spelling's changed slightly. It's no longer C-O-R-K, it's C-O-R-C. It's just a funny thing about the Welsh language. We actually... Welsh language is, the alphabet is a bit similar to the English, but we lose a few letters. We don't have the letters K, Z, or Q in the alphabet. Is there anything else? No, those are the 3. But instead we have a whole bunch of what you can be considered as sort of vowels in many ways, but they're not... There's just a combination of letters more than anything else. So for example, in English alphabet we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. In the Welsh alphabet is A, B, K, Ugh, which is CH, D, V, which is 2 Ds, E, F, F. Okay, so F is 2 Fs, G, Ng, which is NG. That's just to give you an example. There's other ones like which is 2 Ls, W, which is RH. Yeah, it's an interesting language. It's one of the reasons why it's considered by many as well to be harder. One of the hardest ones. No, actually English is quite hard, but Welsh is very hard by many. Because it's apparently as hard to learn as Japanese and some of the other Oriental languages because of things like that, the fact the sounds we make, Whiting and Cork, okay? But also the fact that we got things like some of the letters are not letters, like we have to change the letters in some of the words depending on what comes before it. So for example, and they're known as trade-glad, trade-in basically. So for example, you got different types of trade as well, trade-glad mevar, and things like that. And what you do is, for example, the colour red is actually corch in Welsh. Yet, if depending on what comes before it, you might have to swap the C for a G, and it will become then as gorch. It means the same. It still means red. Just for some reason, just have to change the letter at the beginning. Just like Mao is how you say big, and so in terms of size. But depending on what comes before it, you might have to say vowel. Just little things like that. It's weird. Poif is hot, and boif is you may have to change it to a P to a B depending on what comes before. It's a very, very unusual language, but it's a very nice one anyway. So let's just come down here. First of all, okay, you guys almost got caught up, but we can actually drop off my army, which is quite nice. You guys can come back in here.
Yes.
We haven't got enough troops. That's, or room I should say. That's a bit annoying. I'll tell you what. Let's have... The cavalry can stay outside. And I think I may just have to do something like disband the unit here. It's only 15 men, and I'm not sure when we're going to actually get replacements for them. So, I'm going to have to ask these guys to disband. Okay. You guys can come in here then.
Leaving the army,
And you
sire.
guys can form up on this
By your
side.
command.
And we'll have to repair the buildings here. Retrain the men again, because now we can actually do that. But there we go, we've got a full stack in here. We just don't have a general to lead it. Okay. You
Fleet
can head
ready,
off
sire.
towards here. And we can
fine
see if...
day
Can we
to
spend some
sail.
time to retrain the fleet? We can. It's going to cost a fair bit though. That's okay. Well, go back over to England a second, because there's a couple of things I wanted to recruit, wasn't there? We had 2 units of Sherwood archers I wanted
Command
to
me,
get. So let's
sire.
pop you out here a second. Get these 2. That's 1,600. Okay. It's going to cost a bit. You guys go back in. We've got the catapult still, which
My
is
lord.
can go
As you
to
wish.
Nottingham for storage. So, and we need to drop another unit somewhere. Let's... We'll sort it out in a second.
Orders.
But the artillery can make their way up
We'll make
now.
camp here, sire.
And I would like to get another unit of knights. Oh, we actually got these unit of archers here. Not that we can do much with them, but fact. I'm going to ask for these to be disbanded because they're not able to do much in terms of replenishment. So they haven't got much experience, and they're costing me 229 a turn, so we'll get rid of them. Sherwood archers are expensive, but I think they are worth it in the long run. So that's that bit done. We'll be able to move the army out in the next turn, I would say, and we'll start moving it towards one direction or another. Kai Gwent, things seems to be sorted out a little bit, so let's get you moving. You guys can head
Yes,
down
you
to here now.
command.
We can
Sire.
move you into here, and you back in
My
as
lord.
well. There we go. And you
Aye,
guys
sire.
can start making your way around. I don't know what I want to do yet with this navy,
Yes,
and
sir.
with the ships,
Full sail.
the people on it. It could be an idea for me to actually go after the Norwegian settlements now, because if you recall, pop on here, I need to control 35 regions, including Carnarvon, Dublin, and Kindyne, in order to win. I've already occupied those regions, and I've occupied now 24 out of the 35, so another 11 that I need. Over in Ireland, we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 regions to capture there, which will boost me up to 29. So I need another 6 then. So that'd be 6, 5. Maybe try and avoid that. We'll see. Wait a second. 4, 3, 2, 1 for the rebels. Okay. We might just be able to pull this off. Might be able to pull it off. Without having to fight the Scottish. Okay. It's good to know. Right. Let's get things going. So, this has boosted itself up a bit now. So let's pull you back. Let's ask you if you can actually get into the settlement. Ah, the old bush trick. I'm sorry, but how does that guard not notice that? Like, not just the fact that, you know, there's a bush that may not have been there originally, but how does he not recognize that that was there? Really? Anyway, so this is the army I would have to fight if we attack. They've got their king, the Domhnall the Malevolent, who's top tier general. He is a true master of warfare. He's dread, very good at management and authority. Seems like he is pretty a mix of things. He's a perfect politician. But on the other hand, he has got good farming knowledge and he's strategist, but he's also corrupt. Deep pockets. Interesting. Wall taker. So he's good at attacking walls, but he might not be as good defending them. That might be something to bear in mind. And he is malevolent. It's likely to skewer his own guards on spikes to ward off an enemy siege as the corpses of his foes. Wow. Well, that is one way of turning around and saying, well, look, this is how little I care about my own men, and if I can afford to kill my own men off, what, do you think I've not got enough to defend myself? So yeah, fighting the swordsmen themselves and even the javelin men would be better if I actually had some
An
more
order.
better ranged units, but I don't. And it could be tough if I have to try and fight them in the... Oops, close that. It may be tough if I have to try and fight them in a siege battle. What I could do...
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
What I could do, in fact, this might work. Let me have Daviv here come and attack the
wish
settlements.
they'd never been born, sire.
Now the gate is open. We can actually
Besieging
attack
the
quite
cowards,
quickly.
Malish.
But instead of attacking straight away, I'm just going to hold it for a turn. It's got enough food to last for quite a while, so it's not like we're going to be able to get anything done anytime soon. But if I just ask for a couple of things to be built, what could hopefully happen is this. Captain Ragnar may come in to reinforce the assault, so hopefully we'll be able to do a field battle with the two armies against mine. And I feel more comfortable about fighting that than what the current situation is. On the other hand, their army is reasonable, and it could be worth trying to attack, but we only got like 4 minutes left of the episode, and I don't really want to overextend. So we may just leave it for the next turn. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's done. Okay. Trait increased. Adrian Tian has become conspicuous, and he's become an adept agent as well. Okay. Right. We're now facing rebellion down here. There's not really much we can do about that, apart from just repair the buildings in Cork. Okay. Can't hire anyone else. Let's just end the turn. Okay. Someone died. Who died? Oh crap, something popped up. What was that? Agent... Come on, tell me. Right. Agent found. Our guards had discovered a foreign agent spying upon our forces, but he escaped before we could upper hand and interrogate him. While he remains at large, it would be wise to presume that the enemy is aware of our present strengths and weaknesses. That doesn't surprise me. Faction allowances. Brockwell Edwin has actually died. He must have been my governor at London then. Akindine. And we've now got a new son, Tinan. Let's have a look at you. You are good. He's a decent commander. Management's okay. His silly beliefs. Apparently he's still got a few superstitious things. That's fine. Hard for justice. A bit extravagant. A promising tactician. And a born conqueror. A military savant. Blessed with a mind that pioneers winning battle tactics. Oh wow. You're good. We're going to use you for something. I can promise you that. We do have other people in here. We just need to be collecting them at this point. We don't have a lot of... We have a lot of generals. We just don't tend to have much we can do with them, apart from just chucking them in numerous places. So, yeah, I just got them sitting around and not doing much, in all honesty. But I want you in charge of that army, so we're going to have you march down here.
We shall continue tomorrow, sire.
Yeah. Well, actually, Iago, you're actually just as good, so to be honest, we'll put you in here and we can build you up another army, I think.
Sire.
Right. You can pop in here. Now, all of you guys can start marching. Let's have you march towards the coast for now. It'll take a little while, but you guys will eventually get there.
We shall continue tomorrow, my liege.
There we go. And then you can arrive into the fort next turn and we'll start getting some units for you. What else we got?
Command me, sire.
Okay, so these guys decided to think that they're coming in now with quite a decent level of reinforcements. Loads move in, which are going to be problematic to deal with if we have to fight them.
I'll rip off your head and spit down your neck.
This would be better for us to fight, and we've got plenty of siege equipment now. We can do this. Okay. So quick look.
Yes, sire. Moving to crush the enemy.
Okay. Yeah.
Patiently awaiting to breach and butcher, sire.
Okay, thank you. Right, so this is what's going to happen next time. I'm going to end the episode here, but in the next episode then what we're going to do is actually spend all that money on this. In the next episode we're going to be fighting the battle at Athenry in order to fight it and take it before the reinforcements here by Captain Cork come and take it from us and try and help the siege. In the meantime, once the situation down here has been resolved, I can actually see in about moving my force up towards Tipperary in order to take it, because the garrison is slowly getting bigger and I don't want that. As well as that, we've got more troops coming in now from the mainland itself. So eventually, I'm not sure what to do with Mayrig's army. Like I said, I may have him coming after the Norwegian settlements so we can actually start taking them, because we need them towards to achieve our victory. Or I could just leave them until we conquer Ireland, and then we'll go after them next. I think that sounds more like the sort of thing I would like to do. So yeah, we'll probably do that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked it out yet, I have started a Thrones of Britannia campaign with Sudreya, one of the Viking Sea factions that start up in Scotland. So a nice change of pace and something a bit different compared to Wales and my Attila campaign. Those will be coming out now on Mondays in the future, as well as the first episode already being released, because I did a sort of day one release video for it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you join me next time, but until then, goodbye for now.